to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
You have arrived at this quiet moment, this peaceful pause in the day's bustling momentum, and you are invited to gently close your eyes. Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories, a soothing space where each word is designed to lull you closer to rest. For the next while, you will explore a realm of snowy red rock canyons where the winter air is crisp and the hush of stillness settles like a soft blanket over every stone and ledge. The flicker of your own breathing is the only sound you need to focus on now. Inhale slowly, let your breath fill the spaces within you. Then gently exhale, allowing any tension to dissolve like snow melting under a warm sun. With each steady breath, picture yourself becoming lighter, calmer, and ever more at peace. Here you are safe. Here you can let go. Gradually, the backdrop of your day falls away. Each new moment flows into the next, leading you deeper into tranquility. Let your shoulders relax and soften. Let your mind begin to float, effortlessly drifting on a current of calm. Take comfort in knowing that nothing is expected of you except gentle rest. As you settle, you feel the possibility of quiet exploration, and just one glimpse at your imagined world ahead reveals the promise of red rock canyons dusted with snow, waiting to cradle you in their timeless winter embrace. Allow yourself this transition, a graceful shift from thinking to simply being. In this place, you need not rush, decide, or worry. Instead, you can observe the slow motion of your breath, appreciate the steady beat of your heart, and welcome the tranquility that is gently gathering around you. Imagine that each exhale draws you closer to the mouth of a canyon where tall, rust-hued walls extend high into a pale winter sky. The crisp air brushes against your skin like a cool whisper, reassuring you that nothing else needs your attention. Everything you carried with you, the to-do lists, the memories, the concerns, can be set aside. Let the hush of the evening unfold, bringing with it a sense of wonder and quiet anticipation. Soon you will follow the soft footprints that meander through a realm of frosty desert landscapes, discovering the hidden corners of these majestic red rocks under their delicate layer of snow. Your own breathing sets the pace for a serene journey. Now, allow your mind's eye to gently shift, letting the story unfold all around you as you drift into the role of an observer, drifting deeper into an unhurried state of calm. Far away in the tranquil heart of Zion, a lone traveler prepares to wander through the Grand Canyon walls, made more mysterious by winter's gentle hush. There is a calm about the land at this time of year. The sky is clad in wispy clouds, softly illuminated by an understated winter sun. The luminous sandstone, famed for its warm, russet tones, now carries a powdered shimmer of snow at its highest ledges, as though someone carefully sprinkled stardust across those towering cliffs. Beneath these snowy crowns, lines of ice etch their way through hidden crevices and wind along narrow pathways, guiding the traveler from one serene vista to the next. The canyon walls themselves rise up, steep and steady, as if guarding ancient secrets within their sandstone layers. In the hush of dawn, the traveler steps into this grand amphitheater of nature, boots crunching gently through a blanket of thin ice that has formed along the winding trail. Their breath emerges in soft clouds, merging with the cool morning air. The sky overhead holds the gentle promise of sun, but for now, the early light is subdued, casting each silhouette into a dreamy haze. Far above, slender icicles cling to ledges, refracting the meager sunlight, creating tiny prisms of color that sparkle for a brief moment before melting away. Every sight and sound is a testament to nature's artistry, a peaceful concert of subtle winter tones. The traveler notices the distant echo of water trickling in a small, half-frozen stream. Small patches of icy crystals cling to boulders, weaving delicate patterns that shift in the changing light. The path ahead gently leads deeper into the canyon's embrace. Each turn reveals another tableau, a shallow pool with a thin layer of ice, a low archway carved by eons of water flow, a slender cedar with needles dusted in frost. The traveler moves at a slow, measured pace, as though the landscape itself has cast a spell of stillness. The hush of the canyon is profound, interrupted only by the occasional gust of wind that rustles the bare branches of trees along the winding riverbed. Here and there, the traveler notices faint animal tracks pressed into the snow, signs that a quiet world of creatures moves about, unseen but ever present. There is no rush in this place. The traveler's heartbeat and the steady crunch of snow underfoot become gentle companions in this wintry realm. Deeper into the canyon, the red rock towers loom taller, their surfaces revealing swirling patterns of ancient sediments. Time weaves itself into the sandstone, telling stories of prehistoric seas and shifting dunes. In winter's hush, the colors appear subdued, yet strangely vivid, a contradiction that only the traveler senses. The oranges, reds, and browns glimmer through the soft veil of snow, making the canyon appear both serene and majestic at once. Flakes of snow sparkle in the gentle sunlight, shimmering like tiny crystals scattered along the canyon floor. In places where the sun cannot reach, slender columns of ice stand like glass sculptures, each capturing a fragment of the canyon's quiet soul. The traveler notices that the path meanders near a small, partly frozen stream. Its waters bubble beneath a thin layer of ice, carrying reflections of the sky and the surrounding cliffs. Occasionally, an icicle breaks free from the overhang, producing a soft plunk as it meets the water below. Each sound carries far in the canyon's still air, echoing gracefully against the rock walls. Every echo in turn fades gently, leaving behind a silence that feels almost sacred, The traveler pauses to watch the water's surface as shards of ice glide downstream, catching glimmers of sunlight before slipping quietly away. In that suspended moment, the traveler senses a harmony between the elements, the warmth of the rock, the chill of the ice, the timeless flow of water beneath the frozen surface. As midday arrives in the canyon, the sun's rays penetrate a bit more deeply. The traveler stands still for a moment, gazing up at the sky. It is pale, almost white, stretching like a dome of frosted glass over the winding labyrinth of sandstone. A gentle breeze stirs overhead, lifting a soft swirl of snow from ledges that rest high up on the canyon sides. Golden light bathes the red cliffs in a subdued glow, highlighting the layered lines in the rock. The traveler feels a mild warmth on their face, the sun's invitation to keep going, to venture further into these sleeping canyons. Winter here has a gracious, enveloping quality, neither harsh nor forbidding, but rather a gentle hush over the land that cradles everything it touches. Soon the traveler notices a particular opening in the canyon wall, a narrow side passage that looks like a hidden corridor. Intrigued, they step carefully off the main path, minding their footing on the slick, snowy ground. Within a few steps, the walls close in, forming a slot canyon that tapers overhead until only a ribbon of light remains. That light catches the dusted snow along the walls, making them shimmer softly in shades of muted pink and orange. The traveler can hear their own breath more distinctly now, echoing in the curved passage. Tiny flecks of snow float down from above, like miniature stars drifting through the air. There is something dreamlike about this corridor, as though it belongs to a secret realm where time moves slowly, gently, to the rhythm of the traveler's breath. A hush settles even more deeply here, surrounded by towering rock. In the narrow corridor, each footstep resonates with a faint crunch. Now and then, a drop of melting snow falls, tapping the ground in a soft, rhythmic beat. The traveler feels enveloped by the canyon, cocooned in this space of color and quiet reflection. Tracing a hand along the rock's surface, they sense the fine grains of sandstone beneath their fingers, worn smooth by centuries of wind and water. All around, swaths of color shift in the subdued light. Ribbons of peach, rust, and pale mauve swirl together. It feels as though the canyon itself breathes in unison with the traveler, exhaling a delicate draft of cool air each time the wind stirs above. Eventually, the corridor opens onto a wider chamber, a kind of natural alcove carved by millennia of flowing water. Snow carpets the ground in a sparkling blanket, and a sheet of ice lines one side of the wall, capturing faint reflections of the interior's curves. In the center, a small pool rests in silent reverence. Its surface is frozen over with a transparent sheet that offers a glimpse of water still moving underneath. Soft rays of light pour in through a crack overhead, casting an otherworldly glow on the ice. as if a tiny moon has settled into this hidden grotto. The traveler stands at the edge of this pristine scene, taking in every detail: the hush of the air, the subtle shift of shadows, the faint fragrance of damp rock, and the sense that this place has remained unchanged for countless winters. Deciding to linger, the traveler sets their pack aside and lowers themselves gently onto a dry patch of ground, cushioned by a thin layer of powdery snow. They simply listen. There is something comforting in the stillness here, as though the canyon offers a lullaby of soft echoes and drifting crystals. Time seems suspended, each moment blending with the next in a continuous tapestry of winter calm. The traveler closes their eyes momentarily, letting the gentle pulse of the canyon silence lull them into a serene awareness. The mind grows quiet, matching the unhurried cadence of the ancient stones. In that silence, it becomes possible to sense even the smallest sounds: a faint crack of ice, a whisper of wind, the distant trickle of water. When the traveler opens their eyes again, they feel rested, grounded, and ready to resume their slow exploration. Stepping gingerly past the frozen pool, they follow a short rise that leads out of the alcove and back into a larger canyon passage. The sun has begun its gradual descent, and the light now holds a soft gold hue, casting elongated shadows across the rock. In the subdued afternoon glow, the canyon's colors deepen, the reds becoming richer, the browns more profound. Snow sparkles in patches where the light hits directly, while in other areas, the shade of the canyon floor remains dusted in a faint silver sheen. The traveler notices how the interplay of sun and shadow accentuates every fissure and groove in the sandstone walls, revealing a layered history. Here, an ancient stratum of rock ripples with delicate bands of iron, while there, a swirl in the stone hints at an age when these magnificent cliffs were once shifting dunes. Gradually, the traveler makes their way back toward the main corridor of Zion, where the canyon floor widens. The walls recede, allowing the sky a broader expanse. Here, a gentle breeze carries the distant sound of water flowing beneath the ice, reminding the traveler that a lively pulse courses through even the most dormant days of winter. Light filters through tree branches, some bare, some evergreen, glinting against the powdery snow. A cluster of juniper trees stands to one side, cloaked in a frosty hush, their deep green needles seeming almost black against the pale blanket of white. At their feet, soft drifts of snow gather in gentle mounds, forming a natural sculpture garden shaped by the wind. Further along, the traveler notices an overlook perched on a slight elevation. From this vantage point, the full panorama of Zion in winter unfolds. The majestic cliffs rise like ancient fortresses, their rugged faces calm beneath the snowy dusting. Deep within each canyon, winding trails and streams trace a slow, patient route through the land, hidden in shadow or glistening under the sun. The traveler stands in quiet admiration, watching as shafts of evening light gild the highest spires, transforming them into softly glowing pillars. Small pockets of tree clusters dot the landscape, their boughs heavy with freshly fallen snow. Far in the distance, the red walls seem to merge with the pale sky, blending in a watercolor wash of subtle pinks and blues. Evening draws near, and the traveler sets a gentle pace back toward a sheltered spot for the night. The air grows crisper, and a slight shimmer of frost forms along the edges of rock and foliage. Tracing a path along the shallow riverbed, the traveler marvels at how the setting sun casts a rose gold glow on the canyon walls, warming the red sandstone in those final moments of daylight. The hush of the environment is so profound that the crunch of snow beneath boots resonates like a distant echo. Once again, the traveler feels that sense of timelessness, of being in a vast, ancient haven that invites quiet contemplation. Each step is an act of reverence for the canyon's beauty, for the harmony of ice and stone that shapes this winter paradise. At length, the traveler arrives at a quiet ledge beneath an overhang, the perfect place to settle for the twilight hours. The nook is protected from the wind by a gently curving wall of rock. Overhead, a wide shelf of stone juts out, adorned with drooping icicles that glisten in the waning light. Snow gathers at the perimeter of this natural shelter, forming a soft barrier against the outside world. The traveler takes a seat, sipping some warm water from a canteen. From this vantage point, they can watch as dusk cloaks the canyon in a silvery twilight. The sky shifts in hue from pale gold to a delicate lavender, then deepens into a tranquil blue. The canyon's red rock features become silhouettes, outlined against the serene glow of the evening. As night descends, stars begin to appear in the sky, twinkling faintly at first, then gradually asserting their brilliance against the darkening vault. The traveler gazes upward, marveling at how the stars seem to stretch beyond the boundaries of the canyon, forming a cosmic tapestry overhead. Every so often, a slender cloud glides across the heavens, veiling the starlight for a moment before drifting away. The canyon remains peacefully quiet, disrupted only by the distant murmur of the wind echoing through narrow passages, or the occasional crack of ice shifting along the frozen stream. The traveler feels a gentle warmth within, as if the canyon itself offers a sense of companionship in this solitary moment. Time flows with the rhythm of starlight, and the traveler finds that the hush has grown even more profound. The gentle swirl of thoughts settles into a dim hum. The body relaxes in the cold, crisp air, every breath forming a brief haze that vanishes into the darkness. The traveler nestles deeper into layers of soft insulation, resting against the smooth rock behind them, lulled by the natural lullaby of the canyon. The traveler's eyes begin to close, weighed down by the dreamlike calm that permeates every crevice, every silent fold of rock. the traveler drifts into slumber under the open sky, the canyon remains alive in its hushed winter wonder. Small nocturnal creatures carefully emerge, leaving delicate prints in the new snow. A hush of wings can sometimes be heard as an owl glides overhead, scanning the moonlit land below. Tiny shards of ice glimmer like distant galaxies, reflecting the moon's gentle glow. The ancient canyon walls stand watch, stoic and steadfast, offering their silent vigil to any who seek refuge in this winter sanctuary. In the hush of the night, the faint glimmer of stars dances across the frozen surfaces, weaving a subtle tapestry of light and dark. With the dawn comes a soft, diffused glow that slowly turns the eastern walls a pale peach. High above the canyon, the sky breathes in pastel shades, from blue-gray to the tender hue of new sunlight. The traveler stirs, awakened by the gentle shift in the air, feeling renewed and quietly content. The hush of the morning envelops the land once again, a continuation of the stillness that belongs uniquely to winter in this desert realm. Rising to gaze at the pale light, the traveler stretches in place, noticing that some of the icicles overhead have grown overnight, lengthening into fragile glassy spears that gently drip with meltwater. A faint bird song echoes through the canyon, bouncing off the stone walls and greeting the dawn in a sweet, melodic hush. Gradually, the traveler gathers their belongings and sets out to explore once more. The early morning is a time of delicate changes as the sun begins to warm hidden corners of the canyon floor. A veil of mist hovers near the river, tinted gold by the dawn light, drifting aimlessly until it fades into the air. The traveler notices how the canyon itself seems to awaken, the red rocks shifting in hue from somber browns to a more vibrant range of rust and ochre under the touch of the sun's gentle rays. Tiny crystals sparkle atop the snow, as though the canyon wore a gown studded with innumerable gems. Beneath a rock ledge, an icicle breaks free, splashing into a small pool with a hushed echo. Venturing along a bend in the trail, the traveler finds a spot where the ground level rises, revealing a panoramic view of the canyon below. From this vantage, the traveler can see the winding path taken the day before, a graceful line meandering between frozen pools and towering walls. The sun, still low on the horizon, casts long, soft shadows across the ridges. The traveler inhales, taking in the crispness of the winter air, and exhales gently, finding a sense of calm that matches the landscape. Even the movement of breath feels attuned to the canyon's own rhythm. Each inhale, a moment of brightening, each exhale, a gradual settling into peace. Progressing through the day, the traveler stops by a partially frozen waterfall, water still flowing beneath a layer of shimmering ice. The sound of the cascade is muffled, as if winter's hush has woven a gentle veil around it. There is a mesmerizing texture to the frozen water, forming intricate patterns that glint in the filtered sunlight. The traveler stands transfixed, watching the dance of droplets that slip free and continue their journey downward. Snow forms a soft ledge, around the base of the falls, shaped like a crescent, cradling the water in a pale embrace. Continuing onward, the traveler crosses a small bridge that arches over a narrow chasm. Below, an icy stream glides, reflecting patches of sky where the ice thins. The traveler feels a deep sense of awe at how this canyon embraces winter's gentle touch, yielding to the season's cold while retaining its quiet vibrancy. Up ahead, a cluster of trees stands tall, their branches swaying in a slight breeze that carries the faint tang of evergreen. Snow rests on their limbs in loose pillows that occasionally tumble to the ground below, releasing tiny flurries into the sunlight. Each flurry sparkles momentarily before fading into the quiet. Now, as the sun sinks once more, painting the sky in a wash of pink and lavender, the traveler slowly returns to a calm vantage point. In this red rock sanctuary, each day of winter unfolds like a reverent dance between cold and warmth, light and shadow. The traveler, having witnessed the quiet wonders of ice-lined paths and softly glowing cliff faces, carries a renewed sense of peace within. The wide, vaulted sky overhead hums with a hush of approaching night, and once again, the canyon grows tranquil. The traveler takes a final look around, absorbing every subtle color, every whisper of wind, every delicate swirl of snow. A deep gratitude stirs within, a reverence for the land and its timeless grace. As the traveler departs, the canyon remains steadfast and silent, cradling its winter secrets in deep, ancient walls of stone. Softly, gently, the hush of dusk returns, a companion to the red cliffs and winding streams. The snow settles in for another night of stillness, blanketing the paths in a pristine calm. Icicles hang like chandeliers in the fading light, their surfaces shimmering faintly. The land rests as it has for centuries, content in the knowledge that each season brings its own quiet magic. Now you, the gentle listener, drift upon the memory of this place. The hush of Zion's snowy canyons lingers in your mind, a dreamy echo of calm that invites you to release any remaining tension. Each breath you take is like a soft breeze passing over those red rock vistas. With every inhale, you can imagine the crisp winter air filling your lungs. With every exhale, feel the warmth of stillness spread through your limbs. The story has gently woven itself into your thoughts, and now it can fade into the background like a lullaby, humming from distant canyon walls. Let the hush of these words guide you toward deeper relaxation. Notice how your eyelids grow heavier, how your body sinks further into comfort. Let each muscle soften, let each lingering concern dissolve like snow in the morning sun. You are free to float, free to rest, free to let the night cradle you in serenity. Perhaps you can still visualize the soft glimmer of icicles, the silent ribbons of frozen water, the faint footprints in the snow. Let those gentle images mingle with your dreams, lulling your mind into that sweet, restful state of slumber. Breathe softly, slowly, and allow the tranquil hush to envelop you. In this moment, you do not need to do or be anything. Let the warmth of your bed and the steady rhythm of your breath bring comfort. There is no rush. There is only the drifting quiet, the easing of your thoughts, the tender whisper of contentment that flows through every part of you. Should you wish, you can imagine yourself stepping away from the canyon now, gliding into the open arms of night, where stars twinkle like hidden crystals overhead. Close your eyes, if they are not already closed, and feel the gentle pull of sleep beckoning. Hear it as a soft, familiar melody, guiding you into a realm of profound rest. Soon, dreams will carry you to places as serene as those frosty desert landscapes. Let them swirl around you like a gentle, protective mist, comforting and kind. The winter hush of Zion's canyons remains, always there for you to revisit whenever you wish to find quiet, whenever you yearn for that silent reverence of snowy stone walls and the soft promise of a new dawn. Allow your breath to slow just a bit more. The day's burdens have drifted away. In their place is peace, a space for deep and untroubled sleep. Now as all grows still and the last threads of day unravel into the soft embrace of night, let yourself be cradled by the lull of these words. Rest peacefully and know that you are safe, cherished, and gently guided by the serene hush of this moment. Close your eyes to the hush of the canyons. Let slumber find you, wrapping you in the warmth of a gentle dream. Good night, dear traveler. Sleep well.